This is going to be an amazing video. We're going to talk about what is a ChatGPT prompt and how can we make it better. That's just amazing. Inside ChatGPT, we have this thing, where we can write something, so that is a prompt, and then we can hit the button and send. And then depending on which version of ChatGPT we have, the context and our prompt, then ChatGPT either gets happy or it's like overloading, right? It doesn't know what we are doing. So it's actually similar to being in the real world. So if I have an employee and I give that person a task and I don't explain exactly what it is I want, then he might not provide the result I want. So we need to do the same things. Think of ChatGPT or any AI for that matter as an assistant. So we have to consider, right? So what is this person's role? What is the goal with this assignment that we're giving our new employee? What is the context? Which style do we want this in? Who's the target audience? What type of text do we want? Do we want a multiplier? Do we want a template? Do we want an example? Or several examples? Do we have any examples to give to the person? It's the same thing like we have an employee and he needs to perform a task, then maybe you have a picture of what you want, right? So you can talk about that. So when we put all these things together, that's what creates a good prompt. The more of these, not always necessary, makes the prompt better. So how's a prompt? An example of how a prompt can be structured. So the first thing is like a role. So we can give the ChatGPT, the model, a role. So we can tell it act as an experienced online teacher. Then we have the task, which is usually what a lot of people would just dump into these language models. It's explain the basics of artificial intelligence. And you can get a good answer, you can get a bad answer. But in this case, then we gave it a role, so it's an experienced online teacher. Then we give it a multiplier. So we say, okay, so we want it to use 3 real-world examples. We can also add a multiplier that says give me 3 different versions. So that's a multiplier too. We can tell it that so this is going to be less than 5 minutes. And also tell it that it's going to happen on a specific day and how much time we have to prepare. We can tell it the goal. So the goal is to make this 5-minute presentation using 3 world example to quickly get the audience to grasp the core idea of the basics of artificial intelligence. And then the last thing in this prompt is that it's for non-technical adults. So that changes everything, right? Are we talking to someone who knows about AI? Are we talking to children? Are we talking to adults? Are we talking to someone who has no prior AI background? So with this context, then we can get a much better result than if we just asked it, explain the basics of artificial intelligence. So a prompt in this case would look like this. Act as an experienced online teacher, explain the basics of artificial intelligence using 3 real-world examples in a short lesson under 5 minutes to help beginners quickly grasp the core idea for non-technical adults with no prior AI background. I know it's very difficult. Sounds very difficult. Maybe it is. If you've ever worked as a manager or a lead, then you know that it's the same structure you use with the employees. There's no difference, right? If you're missing some of these, right, and then some jobs are simpler than others, and it's the same with AI, right? Some jobs don't need that much context. Some jobs need more context. The thing is that sometimes when we have a too simple prompt, then it's like cooking with only 1 ingredient. Then often it just burns, and in AI and with employees, then we get unpredictable results. We sort of don't want to do that. So it's much better with cooking and with employees and also with AI to look at all these different things so we get more predictable results. So another example with this: act as a professional copywriter. Rewrite an email. Create 2 variations with different tones, with each under 120 words to improve clarity and response rate for busy B2B clients following up on an unanswered proposal sent 1 week ago. So you see here, right? So this is much different from rewrite an email. Now it has the context that, oh, so we sent this proposal a week ago, but the person hasn't responded to us. It knows that it's a B2B client. It needs to be short. We need 2 different versions, and it needs to be like a copywriter. And we need to make it so that the person receiving this understands what we are writing, right? For clarity. So that's a good prompt instead of just writing rewrite an email. Rewrite an email might be good with like family stuff, but when we add this structure thing to this, then the AI understands its role. It understands the tasks. And then the result that comes out of the AI is not as chaotic and unpredictable as if we don't give it all this stuff. So another example. Act as a business consultant, analyze business idea, provide 3 strengths, 3 risks, 3 improvement suggestions in a response under 500 words to determine whether the idea is worth pursuing for solo entrepreneurs with limited startup capital, running an online subscription, selling spreadsheets and templates. Here it's again a prompt, right? So we can say, analyze this business idea. And it's like you come to me and you say, Palle, yes, I have this business idea. Please analyze it. And I'm like, okay. What are you looking for? Right? So that is like, I would like 3 strengths, 3 risks, 3 improvement suggestions. Like, okay. So how long do you want me to make this one? If I make it like 2-3 pages, you will pay like 1,000, else you'll pay like 5,000. Depends like how much, like how long do you want? Oh, like this, right? Okay, so what is the goal with this? Oh, it's to determine whether that idea is worth pursuing, right? What is the context? So do you have like any limitations? You see, like, so it's much easier for me if you came to me and wanted me to do something if you use the same thing, right? It's the same with AI. The more context, the more like of these we give it, the better results we get. And it doesn't matter what we're doing. We can do it with all the things like generate 3 different hooks if you're going to the gym, right? So instead of just saying to ChatGPT, plan a 25-minute dumbbell workout using resistance band, you can ask it to make 3, right? Because maybe you are working out Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Maybe your goal is to get more energy. And then we can have the role act as my personal trainer. And then the context is, oh, I'm 38, I'm sitting at a desk and I have a problem with my knee. Okay. So you see now it's much easier for ChatGPT to determine whether you're doing a lot of squats, right? So you're not doing that much squats because you have a problem with your knee. So that is how you structure a prompt, right? So you have the task, the original thing, and then you spread the things out depending on what you want. And like the more of these and similars you can put in, the better result you will get out of these language models. Context, style, role, goal, type of text, target audience, multiplier, template, example. It's the same. It doesn't matter if you're creating images or you are using the ChatGPT, then this is the structure, right? So if it's a simple prompt, you get unpredictable result. If you want to get predictable results, get the same result over and over and over again, you would use a more advanced prompt. So you'll use more of these bricks so that when ChatGPT reads it, it's going to be happy. And there's, of course, a difference between the free models, medium tier models, and high-end models with like how much brain capacity they have too. So that is something you need to consider as well as subscribing to the YouTube channel. That was all for me in this video. If you want to watch a video with something called Gemini Gems or ChatGPT projects, I have links to those up here. So that's how you create like a mini ChatGPT, and then you can like use what you learned here to set those up. So you have like a machine that creates like predictable results every single time. Like the video, give it a like. Dislike the video, give it a dislike. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye.